much pressure on me. I'll give it back when I can. No way that's ever stopped me. Been down so long that
can't give it up, pissing off the competition. Every time I win I say it ain't enough. Funny when you on a whole nother level, they telling you out of touch. Back when you couldn't pick me out the bunch, I had to shine to get up out the rough. You tried to kick me down but now I'm clutch. I used to say it's up but now it's stuck. If you ain't ballin' with me better bounce. No we can't kick it kid, I kick you out. They love to close the doors up in my face. Now look at their faces running out of doubt. I had so many demons that would echo the words you speaking that I couldn't count. But couldn't keep me down cause I stayed down. Trying to take my pain out. Trying to take my pain out. My pain out. Hey, moving for the takedown. These days does be a dime and a dozen. You ain't got enough.
The home of those Kansas City Chiefs. This, ladies and gentlemen, is another episode of Warzone Professional Wrestling. And boy, we're coming off a heated road to glory that had several things that changed the trajectory of this entire company. But those things definitely are going to be jumping into something a little bit different with tonight, because we're going to have Adam Walters going one-on-one with Devin Williams. Adam Walters came up short this past Sunday, but he's got to continue his path trying to crave something into Revelations. But speaking of going into Revelations, Kyrie Chen just recently became our second double champion here in the Warzone, and tonight she goes one-on-one with a young upstart, Angel Love. But things do not end there, ladies and gentlemen, because the women's world champion, Ruin, is going to be here live and in living color, and she's going one-on-one with another young upstart, that being Casey. Well, I know Casey is here, boys. She's ready for it. She gets a fight tonight. And then our new world heavyweight champion, The Joke. He doesn't get to rest because he's got one big meaty man that's going to take him to the limit tonight. The Joke meets Razor Blade, and it's going to be... Wait a second. We're going to be kicking things off with WPW Women's Champion, Allison Wright. Now, Allison was not a part of the Road to Glory show, but Allison has got to know that Sierra J also has her eyes on that great prize right there. Now, Allison has done a nice amount in her tenure. Even before coming here, Allison has been that one. You feel me? She's been that one, but there's been those who have criticized Allison being the women's champion. Those saying the women's championship was in a better state before Allison took over, but Revelations is going to be a calling card, as it will be the close to this great year that we've had thus far. And Allison is looking for who is going to be her challenger, if her challenger is not already selected, that being Sierra J. We get to find out what exactly Sierra's decision is going to be as we make our way a little bit further, I guess. It's all going to be on her timing. But for the time, we get to hear from the women's champion.
Allow me to remind you people who I am. My name is Allison Wright, and I'm your WPW Women's Champion. Some of you may not know that if you actually watch the product, because although I'm the best, you hardly ever see me. That's no fault of mine. I've saved entire companies with my wrestling ability alone. When WPW needed saving, who did they call? Me! I'm the one who got the job done. Not any of these dressed up Barbies who want to toss each other over a rope. I remind you all of this because it seems like some people in the back have forgotten. I've broken down barriers, shattered glass ceilings, and changed women's wrestling forever. And I'm not that important for the major pay-per-views?
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on, y'all. This is getting interesting now. I just mentioned the name, and out comes the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble winner. There's a lot of things that become interesting, and this is one of those.
Oh, Allison. I'm oh so sorry they didn't have room for you on the show. But if you want to be noticed that badly, I can make you into a proper headline. You see, unlike all those women you were mentioning before, I actually won the Royal Rumble. And because I did that, I get to decide which champion I'll face. So since I'm a girly who likes to do her window shopping, I figured I'd come out here and take a look at your WPW Women's Championship. But Allie, don't worry. I knew you'd feel left out, so I made sure everyone would remember you tonight. Confused? Allow me to explain. I'm invoking my Women's Championship match right here tonight! I think not.
It's a hell of a bombshell to be dropped. We need to find out if that's going to be official for our show tonight. Allison Wright just might have to actually defend the Women's Championship here tonight in Kansas City. We don't know what the verdict is going to be on that, but we will definitely stay locked in on it. But we got women's action coming your way live next. Back here in the Warzone after that humongous announcement that was made. Sierra J wanting to cash in on her championship matchup here tonight on Warzone. Not waiting until Revelations. We gotta wait and see if that official announcement gets made, if it's gonna actually be a thing. Are we going to see the Women's Championship defended tonight? But this is an entire different gear switch that we gotta go to, because this woman Kairi Chen was able to unite companies at this past Road to Glory, capturing the Women's Intercontinental Championship, doing it all by herself, dethroning Evelyn, and now she reigns as the PWJ and Women's Intercontinental Champions. This right here, this is what it looks like. The House of Chen strong, the House of Chen doing what it was made to do, and that is create and build some incredible stars. And Kairi has risen to those heights. But I did say this whole thing is about building and, treating new stars. So Kairi being faced with this problem right here is one that she better not take lightly. The women of Mutiny definitely are not to be overlooked. But if you ask me, there is the possibility that we run into a situation where Mutiny just kind of has its way with one known as Kairi Chen, and Angel Love just so happens to be the first problem that she's got to deal with. A raucous crowd here in Kansas City. We got to see what exactly is about to be the verdict, boy, because Kairi has got all types of rejuvenated energy. Oh, my fault. Hold on. Damn. I think I messed up the camera. Do I gotta press the thing, or? Okay, so yeah, all right. This is the reason I don't mess with the camera, bro. I don't mess with the camera for that specific reason, because I always mess something up. But yeah, we coming off a huge Road to Glory show, and the title changes were out of this world. Honestly, they were out of this world, but that's neither here nor there. We do definitely have a new Women's Intercontinental Champion, as you've seen her walking down the ramp. LJ Niles, one of the very few to retain his championship, the Men's Intercontinental Championship. But if you look at further places down the card, we got a new World Heavyweight Champion. That new World Heavyweight Champion was also accompanied by a new Women's World Champ. No, the Women's United States. I'm thinking about the Women's World Champion, because I was also going to make the statement that Ruin herself is without a challenger now at Revelations if this matchup is confirmed for tonight between Sierra J and Allison Wright. We have no idea what direction this whole thing is going to go, so we're going to stay tuned on it. But definitely, for sure, a nice amount of results came out of this show. And now we get to see what it is that Angel is going to do when all eyes are on her. She going to stomp the hell out of Kyrie. That's what she going to do. She going to put her ass through the goddamn turnbuckles. All right, Kyrie ain't going to let that sit. She ain't going to let that sit. Full head of steam. Oh. Damn, not you trying to retaliate. Well, she's speeding up. She is speeding up as we getting further into the match, bro. You normally see it the opposite way. Normally you slow down. But Kyrie is not here for none of that. Submission hold applied. Angel in deep trouble. Trying to work her way out. Trying to swivel out. But it looked like she just released her. On your feet. On your feet. Through the heavens. But damn, hold on. Not you just deciding, nah, I'm not going to deal with that. Scooped. Dumped on your ass. Cover. It is that impressive power game of Angel that you always got to be on the lookout for. Regardless, you got two more powerhouses on the outside. They're being Whitney Dream and the Amazon Amaya. Both of them. Like, this entire trio right here is just strictly raw power. And I think that that is something to keep notice of. I don't know what you're doing with this. You need to let her go, because that ain't ideal right now. I told you that wasn't ideal. I told you that wasn't ideal. And then she just kicked you in the face because you refused to let her go. Yeah, if this was the Royal Rumble, I would be concerned for that position that you were in. But Kyrie Chen wasn't one that was in the Royal Rumble matchup either. So you got to think about it from that standpoint. We have no idea what Kyrie would have done in that matchup, but Kyrie was preparing for her Women's Intercontinental Championship match that she did end up winning. And then run it through. Ooh! Damn! Boy, the light's been turned out. It's up. Oh, no, it's not. And she just said, nah. No, it's not. She had me fooled. She definitely had me fooled. I thought it was over for her. But she gonna try to pull off one, ain't she? Ain't she gonna try to pull over? Counter. Kyrie countering now. Oh, going right back to it. Face first. Roll her over. Lock it in. This is crazy. I didn't expect her to be able to turn it over like that, you know? Well, then just the axe handle, right? To just add the extra measure on top of it. The extra measure on top of it. Kyrie into the cover and putting away Angel Love. A rather lackluster type of finish to this one, but Kyrie made all the points that she needed to in this matchup. You're definitely going to be one with the House of Chen. If you don't believe in Kyrie, you better lock in with her. because Kyrie is about to shake this whole shit up. But speaking of shaking shit up, it's about that time that the Women's World Champion comes down here and is in action. We have no idea who it is that Ruin herself will be competing against, but Ruin is she's going to continue her dominance race over the entire roster, boy. Let's go into it. Ruin versus Casey. Back here in the Warzone, we are on the grind of something amazing when we look at the competitor that Ruin has grown into. You look at the roster and you kind of ask yourself, you scratch your head a little bit and you say, damn, who is it that could be in a place to compete against the Queen of Oblivion come Revelations? If you ask me, that is a very, very, very short list. Since becoming the Women's World Champion, I ain't seen not a damn. I ain't seen not a single soul. I don't know, man. Ruin she's different in the regard that she seems to have the entire division on a lock. Normally in these situations, you got people that will step up to the champion. That ain't happened in Ruin's case. That lets you know what type of aura this woman carries with her. If nobody wants to step up to take a swing at that great championship right there, it lets you know everything you need to know. Certain moments in time where you just sit and watch greatness, that's exactly what you got no choice but to do when Ruin is around. But on the opposing side of the ring this time, it is somebody that will absolutely throw him with her. She will definitely get down and dirty with whoever it is that's across the ring from her. That being Casey, man, I've been impressed with everything that I've seen from Casey thus far. Anytime she competes, I've actually been impressed with her work. So, this is an opportunity like no other. You're in the ring with the Women's World Champion. You can leave your mark here. You can create a change for your career here. There's so many different things that's possible from your interaction right now with the Queen of Oblivion, that being Ruin. I gotta see what it's all gonna turn out to be. And Ruin is just gonna start this out by throwing haymakers. That's what I expected to see, and doubling her over. This is what you gotta be ready for. You definitely gotta be ready for this. You gotta be locked in and you gotta be ready, because you know she's gonna be trying to kill you, bro. In any encounter that you have with Ruin, she's gonna be trying to kill you. So get that out of my face. Please and thank you. Please and thank you, get that out of my face. I don't know if this is a smart strategy for you to try and match aggressiveness or any. Oh, see, right? Just like that, bro, right to the throat. Because you tried to be flashy with it. You tried to be cute with it. You can't do all that. You got to be straight to the point. You got to get right in there and put a knee just like that right to the side. That's the only thing that I want to see when somebody's competing against Ruin. I want to see them go after her. I want to see them actually have that mentality, like, I'm not afraid of you. It's very easy to be afraid of somebody that looks and does damage the way that Ruin looks and does damage. But that's the Women's World Champion. You got to want that. You got to want to claim that spot. And you got to be able to claim that spot. But like I said, man, there's very few women that will even be a convincing challenger to Ruin in any shape or form. But Casey is trying to mount her own case. She's trying to actually build that reputation for her damn self. But going under and going over, hold on, I felt it coming. Quick back elbow just shot down all that momentum. And now you're getting pressed over her head like a dumbbell, bro. Stop playing with me. You are not about to lift me over your head like a dumbbell. I refuse. Because why do you believe that you're able to just do that to me like that? And then from the ground, scooped her up. Running power slam into the cover. Yeah, I know. That was real frustrating. It was. I could tell. Fold up the elbow, stomp on it. And then she got one for you and one discus punch right to the face. That's the thing you don't want. You don't want Ruin to get comfortable. Once you get comfortable, it might be up for you. And then Casey has got to find some way to get back into this one, and she got to not let it get away from her. But the unworldly power of Ruin just folding her up. There's moments like this when you let her run away with the matchup. You let her do what she wants to, and Casey fighting, but still turned over. It's like I said, you don't want to allow Ruin to run away with these matches. And then her letting you go just then, it just lets you know she didn't even have to do that, but she wanted to continue the punishment on you. And just raining down, bro. Just fall. He was beating the hell out you, bro. Just fall. And now what? Oh, there we go. Hold on, Casey. You trying to build something? Let me see something in. Keep going. You slowing down a little bit too much. Damn, I told you were slowing down a little too much. Up on the shoulder. Hung out to dry. All of that momentum, like I said, it keep getting shut down. Every time she builds some, it get broken down all over again. And she said, get up. Get up and come here. Damn. Yeah, punched in the back of your neck and every part of your body on your head, like in your head region. She just hit you everywhere at one time. Oh, not you taking a moment. You took the moment, observed the situation, and said, nah. Get the hell out of my ring. That's what you wanted her to do. Thought about it, and the referee was going to count. She said, no, I ain't done with it. I ain't done with the punishment just yet. And then slamming her down on the floor. Ruin literally came out here only to continue the punishment that was being dealt in the ring. That's the only reason she came out here. This is a statement, and anybody that ever wants to challenge her, that's what it feels like to me. None of this had to be done, but all of this is being done. And Casey is just arriving in agony. This is not the way that she wanted to spend her Wednesday, I guarantee you. No, out the way of that elbow drop though. And got right in the ring on you, bro. That's crazy. Got right in the ring on you. Shut all of that down. Said come here. Played you for a fool and tried to put you through it. On the hardest part of the ring, right there in that corner to close this one out. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what oh, this is an interesting setup right here. We were supposed to see this clash last week, and it never panned out. But this is an interesting clash that I would love to see. Fiona Summer got a clear schedule at this point right now, and so does the Queen. But I can confirm to y'all, since we're talking about championships, this matchup has become official. Later on tonight in our main event, Sierra J will compete against Allison Wright in the right to claim themselves as the women's champion. We're back here in the Warzone again. We do have that confirmation. Our main event tonight, the women's championship, is going to be on the line. But when we talk about championships, we do have to mention these men right here. The entirety of what exactly goes on when it comes to any kind of competition. They are the men that you got to speak about. The WPW Tag Team Champions, being Evan and Ryan, the Ace of Hearts. There's this discussion that goes on where people talk about who is the greatest tag team of all time. These two weren't in that discussion a nice while ago if you think about it. But their performances in about the last 2 years or so has definitely, if you ask me, put them up there in that discussion. But the beautiful thing is, we got ourselves a rare opportunity here tonight. The discussion is being made for who is the greatest tag team of all time. There is but one team that has the other claim to that statement. And that one other team is their challengers here tonight. These two men have definitely struggled in the scene of tag team wrestling as of late. But anything can change. Anything can become a possibility. But them becoming a possibility is probably the most least likely thing when they're placed against the team of Evan and Ryan at this point. They have literally grown to actually dominate any tag team that they're against. And I'm truthfully putting that tag against any tag team that they've come across. The Ace of Hearts recently suffered like their first shattering loss, that being to the Jokes. But man, before that, you got to think about it. Who is it that actually held a true chance of overcoming the Ace of Hearts? So whoever had a actual chance of becoming the tag team champions, this is that team that comes to mind. But Evan and Ryan got a chance to shut down any other claims made by any other person as to who is the greatest tag team of all time. They get to do that right here tonight. Tag team action that will give us some type of direction of where it is that we need to go. The Revelations is going to give us the answer of who is the greatest of all time. That is what we're searching for. We want to know the answer to that question. don't know why you're trying to do that with him, boy. Norton is one of the very best to be able to get all that agility going. You don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to do that. Like, I know who you are, bro. You are Evan of the Ace of Hearts. But I don't think you should do that. Trying to do anything in terms of matching his athleticism or competing against it, you need to stop. You need to stop, or you need to be stopped, because you're not making a smart decision. It's led you into being dumped on your neck early in the match. The dude got to make a tag that fast. And ref, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't think he made that tag. I seen his hand go past. Nevertheless, you called it a tag, so we'll let it rock. In a moment's notice, you know, they speak about, hey, we doing this, right? I want you to hear me. We doing that, right? And that was recent, too. I don't want to hear it. Boy. That was recent. And floating over into the cover, a 2 count and nothing else. Well, damn, all right. You ain't had to do that to him like that, but, I mean, I understand. We got Andrew coming in. He gonna make some more moves on him. Andrew is one of those. He's still, like, an entire thrill to watch. And now he gonna cut off that tag. Damn, boy. Why are you doing that? Are you good? Like, are you all the way all right? Oh, caught you lacking, boy. Ain't no way you could have seen that coming. You got Andrew now. He waiting for you. Springboard. Y'all letting the young girl run wild right now, and I don't think this is the smartest decision because Andrew's starting to feel it, boy. Oh, not shutting him down with the roll up. Let me find out. Oh, no, he turned it around on you. Then you turn it on him. And then you turned it on you. And then you turned it on him. Oh, no, you stopped. All right. I'm going to give you a noogie, bro. Come here. Oh, my God. Now he using all the amateur background that he got. He using it. He's using it. What the hell, bro? Did y'all both try the same thing, or y'all just both flew through the air? Okay. Oh, big knee. That was a big knee and a wonderfully placed knee. Big uppercut. And now he said it's time to break you in, young man. Time to break him in. That spear folded him in half, but breaking it up is Norton. And don't worry, because he got another one for you. He just waiting for you. He just waiting for you.
That's a good tag.
Tag made. The switch out. They said, let's go. Run through that boy. Yeah, it's unfortunate, bro. It's unfortunate because I think it might be up for you. It might be up for you. Damn, you hit that corner hard. Then got kicked into it off the rebound. I know that sucks for you, bro. That was real bad for him to kick your head into the goddamn turnbuckle. But I don't know what the hell just happened to you because it had to be something that just went wrong, bro. He kicked him so hard into the turnbuckle that he just did not even kick out. I don't know what just happened right there. I already know, bro, we gonna have to break out stretchers and all that. I already know we gonna have to do it because that's the only way that's gonna explain what just happened. But coming up next, we do have the new World Heavyweight Champion, The Joke, who is going to be meeting Razor Blade in their first encounter. The Joke meets a big meaty man to start off his reign as World Champion. Next. Back here in the Warzone, it is once again that time, y'all. Let's get to work. Razor Blade is one of those men that he came in here with promising types of a future and hasn't exactly been able to full on put that on display. But right here, right now, we are unsure of the status of what exactly transpired for the men's Royal Rumble matchup. We will get our confirmations on what exactly transpired and how everything is gonna unfold following the entire Royal Rumble situation. We'll figure all of that stuff out next week, but this is still an opportunity for Razor Blade here. This man was able to climb to the top of the mountain this past Sunday and claim the World Heavyweight Championship for the first time in his career. But now the real work begins. Now the true battle begins. It's one thing to become the champion. It's a whole other thing for you to actually keep said championship. It's one of those situations, man, where I'm trying to let all of this kind of like sink in, and me personally, you gotta think, where the hell is the Joke gonna fit in? Because you ripped away the World Heavyweight Championship. You already know, once this is made clear and official of what's going to go down, your name is at the top of the list for where it is that King is gonna go. You know that your name is at the top of the list. If this gets approved and it becomes full-on official that the Royal Rumble win stands, you are at the very top of the list. I don't know a nicer way to put it for you, but yeah, that's the way that I can tell you how this is all gonna go. Unfortunately, now you are in a place where you gotta actually defend. Boy, he stole on you. The bad part is, I felt like he was still on you, but I was not sure. I was not sure at all. In that manner, we still have a women's championship matchup that will be taking place, and we are seeing almost the decimation of the Joke as he's above the head of Razorblade to take a major fall. I stated it already, man. Once you grab that championship, now you become the target of everybody. And then this is the workload that he gonna have to get used to, because people like Razorblade who just want to throw him around and toss him around, bro, they gonna be on the hunt. And Razor is already showing that. He's showing that with his performance thus far. The only problem is, though, when you do have these moments, you gotta truthfully understand who it is that you in the ring with. Like for Razorblade, this is probably a new situation. You don't know who you're competing against. I get it. But the thing that you need to make sure you get by the time you make it down to this ring and you see who your opponent is, you probably should understand that your opponent does not give a damn what it is that you do to him. The joke has always been in that kind of supernatural area where it's like, you know damn well you can hurt him, but it takes too goddamn much to be able to do it. You took all of that punishment and now you're just going, hey, oh my god. You're taking all of that punishment and then going straight right into some more offense. Using power of his own. And the cover is only for a 2. But the joke lining up, he got you in his sights. Unfortunate for you. The cover off the knee to the side of the head. 2 and no. Razor is still in this one. Bro is just on it. He just on it. He's having the most fun that he probably has had in a long time. That's what this feels like to me. He tried to hit him with that nice one right to the midsection. Didn't pan out. Razor with a counter and a German suplex releasing. Just imagine what this does for the career status of Razorblade with a W here. I know you would love nothing more being able to toss him around a little bit more. The cover on the joke again. He's down, but not out as he kicks out at 2. Boy, so I'm gonna make sure all that extra you be doing, we ain't doing no more. All right, bro, you can put him down now. You wildin'. You wildin' constantly doing that. You really are. Because you're not going to do, as I'm a full-grown man, is just press me over the top of your head and just continue to walk around with me there. You don't, oh my God, he just continues to dub him like that. 2 count, and no, still a kick out by the joke. This is what I'm talking about, though, man. You got to go for broke. You got to do whatever you can. A big elbow drop was missed. That's not something you want to do. Now you're just getting the shit beat out of you. That's what's going on now. Now you're just getting the shit beat out of you. You should not have went to that top rope, because after you did, it just became all about putting you away. You getting limbs folded. You getting knees put in the back of your spine. Like you getting a lot of stuff right now, and I don't think you wanted this personally. Oh my God, he tried to put you to sleep. Big knee right off the face. He gonna continue it. Stole on your goof, yeah. Completely stole on you. You don't even know where you at. You trying to get up, bro. Come on now, you gotta wake up. There we go. He still got some type of fight left in him. Oh, that back elbow though. Back elbow floored him. Another quick cover by the joke off that forearm with a kick out at 1. You're definitely going to have to see it if he's capable of having these really close moments in matches like this and being able to turn it to where it's in his favor. We have seen Razor go to like some really deep levels of matches, but at the same time, it's still unknown. But I think the joke is done playing games with you. I think he is actually done. He said it's up. And I believe him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I believe him now. Because just like that, that boy's gone. That boy was gone real quick. He was done playing games with you. And he said, you know what? I gave you enough time. I gave you enough of the TV time. Go to sleep. This is what people have to contend with if they want to grab the World Heavyweight Championship. Who in the blue hell is going to be able to do something about this if it ain't the gold-blooded king? But speaking of being gold-blooded, that does run in the veins of Sierra J. She's not long been in her career many times without championship gold. That can change here tonight. She's about to compete against Allison Wright for the women's championship. We are back here in the Warzone with our main event. And let me just tell y'all, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. And it is for the Women's Championship. And it is introducing first the challenger. The one woman that has, like I said, she's gone a long time in her career being a champion. And this is probably the longest stint of time that she's went without being a champion. But all of that can change because Sierra J is heading into this with potentially the most amount of momentum possible. You went into the Royal Rumble matchup filled with these women that wanted to make sure you weren't the one to come out victorious, but you did just that. You win the 30 women Royal Rumble matchup in your first appearance back here, and now, the very next show, you're here competing for the Women's Championship. But the only problem with that, the only problem with all of this, you got one shot. For Allison Wright, this has been what she's been doing. It ain't been no breaks for Allison. It ain't been none of that for her. She's done the work and then came here to the Warzone and continued the work. And so for Allison being in complete peak physical conditioning, you're about to have a fight on your hands. And again, you got one shot. The 30 women Royal Rumble matchup means absolutely nothing if you come into this situation and overlook Allison Wright with everything that she's done. You got to think about it, bro. It's avenues that you don't go down. And overlooking Allison, that's probably one of those avenues that you don't want to go down. You are one of the very best to do it. Your name does carry weight. You are Sierra J, but that is also Allison Wright that you're standing across the ring from. That is the stakes that this one has gone to. That is where this entire situation has developed to. You got two stellar women who are locked in on themselves, but only one of them can hold the top prize and call themselves the women's champion. Gonna just think about this real quick, y'all. We're gonna see how all of this is panning out because the matchup does begin now. Allison, Sierra, the women's championship. One time, oh my God. It was an awkward landing for Allison, but it did what it needed to do. Sending the challenger across the ring, and here comes the assault from Allison. This is what we're used to, this fast-paced, out of control, not knowing what's coming next kind of style. And you got to think somebody being out of the game as long as Sierra J has. You got to be able to adjust to this younger talent. That's what they call them. And adjusting her jaw with that knee is what she tried to do. You better not forget who it is that's on the other side. I do speak very highly of Allison because I've witnessed it. I've seen what Allison Wright can do. But over the years of me calling this commentary thing, this is probably the smallest violent woman that I've ever known. Like, this does carry a huge weight when she get her hands on you. So it's just the same that Allison is really locked in with everything in her athletics. She does have the gymnastics background. All of that stuff carries over. But it's not going to matter if you got literally a 5'1" woman throwing kendo sticks or swinging whatever at you, and you ain't got no type of reprieve for that. I don't think this favors Allison at all, staying on the outside, and I think she realized that too, sending her right back into the ring. Bridge this one over, releasing this time. It's the first official one-on-one matchup for the return of Sierra J, and it's now a cover from Allison, but a kick out at 1. But she gonna keep teeing off on you. She gonna keep teeing off on you. A German suplex, folded her up. And don't think Allison is done with you either. Don't think that she's done with you either. Oh my God, I keep forgetting that move don't work. I keep forgetting it don't work. But guess what? She trying to tee off on you anyway. I don't know if that's the smartest decision either. Oh, you're not built like that no more. She gonna show it to you though. She gonna show it to you though. This is how it's done. You go over here and you make moments. And Allison trying to come in clutch, but again a kick out at 1. All the damage that's been sustained and still kicking out at 1. Up, come here. Took your goddamn head off your shoulders. That's what I just said, bro. You gotta be locked in, and she went right back to it. She did it the right way this time. Again, I don't think you want to be boxing with super kick. She ain't get all the elevation on it, but it was enough to put Allison down. One that don't know where the hell she at. You up on the shoulders of Sierra J. The big knee to the face, falling into the cover to claim the women's championship, but could not pull it off yet. Allison still got too much fight left in her. And she gonna stomp all the fight up out of you. I promise you that's what she gonna try to do. Oh no, she said get up. What the hell do you have in mind? Flying through the sky, boy. That's what you got in mind. She said, let me show you something. I'm going to show you that it's still within me. But a kick out again by Allison. She do definitely got that dog in her. I ain't going to lie. She do. But one of them ain't going to have it in them for much longer. Ooh, that was your fault for reaching in. That was all your fault for reaching in, and she caught you dead in the face. It was enough to stop anybody in their tracks. And she's going right back again to stomping your face into the mat. You gotta respond, bro. You gotta get up. You gotta wake up. Because if you don't wake up, you're about to be put away. Oh my God, that's a direct message right there. Floating into the cover one more time to claim the women's championship away from Allison. Me, myself, I noticed so many things that happen here in the Warzone, and this right here, calling your moment, taking your shot, and putting everything on the line, that is what Sierra J has always been about, and it pays off once again in a huge fashion. We get to find out a lot of detail coming from Road to Glory in next week. So I'll love to see all of you there. But for the time being, that was me. This was Kansas City. And I'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Stay mad 'cause I'm booked and busy. Haters gonna hate 'cause they can't get near me.